evening of celebration as we send off the chair Total Energies, companies in Nigeria. We're looking forward to a most enjoyable evening. We have some great entertainment, and of course, we are happy to see a man who served in a very distinguished manner so celebrated. Are you happy with my volume? Thank you. Can you please give me a bit more volume just so that when the room is full, they can still hear me at the back?
Yeah.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. You're most welcome to tonight's celebration. May we please announce that there's a photo booth just at the very back of the hall. And we would like to encourage all our distinguished guests to kindly take pictures and also leave memories. And best Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. May we please ask all our invited guests to kindly take their seats as dinner commences at 7 p.m. The formal event starts at 7 p.m., so may we please kindly ask all our distinguished guests to kindly take their seats. Thank you very much. evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. May we please ask that we kindly take our seats. Our guest of honor will be coming into the hall very shortly and would like to please ask that you kindly take your seats so we can formally begin tonight's celebrations. Thank you very much. May we please ask, as a way of announcements, that all our special guests kindly take their seats. Our special guest of honor will be coming in very shortly and would like to receive him properly. Would we kindly ask that you please take your seats as we will be beginning in a few minutes. Thank you very much. Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. May we please kindly ask all invited guests to please take their seats. Our special guest of honor, the man whom we've all gathered to recognize and celebrate tonight, is about to come into the hall. Could we kindly crave your indulgence to take your seats so we can begin? Thank you very much indeed. May we please ask all guests who are still in the holding area to kindly come into the hall so that we can formally start tonight's celebrations. Thank you very much. Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. May we please announce that we are about to receive our special guest of honor, and so we kindly ask that all invited guests take their seats. May I please ask the ushers to help us bring in our guests in the holding area to take their seats. Ushers, could you kindly assist us with this? Could you kindly please bring in our guests in the holding area to take their seats? We are unable to start or receive our special guest of honor if we don't have our guests seated. So we'd really appreciate if you could kindly take your seats. Thank you. Would like to thank very much all our special guests, our invited guests for coming out tonight. We do appreciate you taking time out to spend with us to give a most deserving grand send-off for Mr. Mike Sangster. At this point, may I please ask that we kindly take our seats so that we can receive our special guest of honor, and then the celebrations can begin. May I please ask that all our invited guests kindly come into the hall and identify their tables to take their seats. At this point, may I please ask that our ushers kindly help us to bring in our guests who've come in tonight as we are about to receive Mr. Mike Sangster. We wouldn't want to do so without all our guests in the hall and well seated. Thank you very much. If you have any challenges identifying your table, please speak to any one of our ushers, and they'd be more than happy to locate your table or take you to your seats. Thank you very much. May we please ask that we kindly take our seats as we receive our guest of honor. Again, good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. At this point, we will be welcoming the man whom we've all gathered here tonight to honor. A man truly worthy of celebrating and whom we want to send off gallantly and with a lot of thanks for his visionary leadership. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, would like to make very welcome to the hall, Mr. Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to receive Mr. Mike Sangster, the one in whom we've gathered tonight to honor and celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike Sangster. Now, Mr. Sangster is known to be a man who is people-oriented. And so when we ask the question, who is your guy? Definitely Mr. Sangster.
So, I'm unavailable. Them know the ceiling. I'm unavailable. Them know the ceiling. I'm unavailable. Them know the ceiling. I'm unavailable. And I saw the poor, unavailable. Them no deceive. I'm unavailable. Them no deceive. I'm unavailable. Them no deceive. I'm unavailable. Okay. Unavailable. Them no deceive. I'm unavailable. Them no busy. I'm unavailable. Them no busy. Yeah. Oh,
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and a very special welcome to the man of the moment, the one whom we've gathered here tonight to celebrate and honor as we send him off, hopefully on a very royal note. My name is Ayon Myro Esse. I'm delighted to serve as your host for tonight. Now, just before I bring up for the HSC announcement, I'd like to just mention that I hope you paid close attention to the last song that was sung by the band. It's by popular artist in Nigeria, Davido, and it's titled I'm Unavailable. And this is very, very deliberate, because in a few months' time, Mr. Sangster will be unavailable for your questions or perhaps to reach him in terms of matters relating to his time as country chair for Total Energies companies in Nigeria. But we'll miss him sorely, as you have seen and as it's demonstrated, and hopefully we will share tonight just how important he's been to this organization in the last 24 years, and particularly in Nigeria in the last 4 years. However, before we kickstart tonight's dinner and celebrations, please permit me to invite Mr. Solomon from Eko Hotel and Suites for the HSE briefing.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. My name is Solomon Ukponk. This is Lantana Hall, in case you want to direct someone to meet you here. And in this hall, we have 2 entrances and 2 exits. Also, at the mezzanine level, there are also 2 exits. In case of any eventuality, we expect you to use any of those exits to go out of the hall. Tonight, we are not going to have any fire drill. However, if you hear fire alarm goes off once or twice, do not panic. Just, it is a normal, probably faulty alarm. Then you can just exit the hall and move down to the muster point. Then, the washroom is when you exit the hall, you turn right, walk down, and turn left at the corridor. By your right, you will see the washroom for both ladies and gentlemen. And lastly, we do advise our guests to be in charge of their personal belongings, such as your mobile phones, your car key, and every other handy items. Do not just drop it on your table unattended, so that we will not use the rest of the night start looking for a missing item when somebody else might have gone home with it as a souvenir. Once again, you are all welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Solomon. At this point, I'd like to invite for our Sustainable All moment, Chisom Ajero from Total Energies. A round of applause, please, as Chisom comes forward.
Thank you, Aya. Ladies, gentlemen, a very good evening to you all. Distinguished guests, senior leadership team of Total Energies companies in Nigeria. It's my pleasure to present to you our sustainability moment for today. As many of us know, and maybe the first time that some of you would know, that sustainability is at the heart of our strategy. So as a company, we have deployed a number of digital tools. So we were charged by the company to come up with innovative digital tools to ensure that we ramp up our sustainability levels in all our operations. So what you have there is a landscape of a couple of things that we've done. I will not bore you to take you through them one after the other, but I will just highlight a few. So just to say that we are going sustainable, and as you know, we transformed from Total to Total Energies to a multi-energy company. And it's important that we create clean, better energy and affordable for all our stakeholders. So as you see, this is to show you that in digital innovation, we've used that as a major lever to ramp up our activities in a way that we produce better, cleaner, and save the use of energy that we deploy in our operations. The first one I'd like to take you through is the greenhouse gas monitoring tool. So that's a digital dashboard that monitors all the equipment at site for us to know which one is emitting more greenhouse gases than should. And when that happens, the operators are notified from the smart room and they're able to look at the equipment that is emitting more than it should. The next there you see a drone which is carrying a spectrometer. And as you know, methane is more dangerous than even carbon dioxide. That checks the methane emissions at all our sites. So it makes sure that it reports back the levels of methane. And then not only does it report, it ensures that some mitigation action is put in place to ensure that the methane levels are low. Right underneath, you would see the robotic crawlers. So that's a tool created to ensure that we can use robotic crawlers to check the integrity of our storage tanks. Just to give you an instance, you would have to have men or women crawl into those tanks to do those checks. Very dangerous, but with the use of these tools, we're able to assess our storage tank integrity. So what that does for us is that it improves the safety, it reduces the cost because you would have 4 or 5 people having to travel to go and do those tests. So right now, with the robotic crawlers, we've improved personnel safety. And as you know, personnel are our major assets and we cannot afford to have incidences with them. Another tool that I will just speak to before we close out is the automation of our manual processes. A key one that we've just deployed in the company is that we've made it possible for our vendors to be able to submit their invoices digitally. We've cut out the use of paper, we've cut out the man hours waiting at the gates to push in invoices through who you know. You just log onto the platform and then you're able to submit your invoice hitch-free, and then it makes for easier payments for services. And then finally, we talk about the offshore vessel tracking tool. We're able to monitor our vessels, check the fuel consumption, and ensure that things are used more efficiently. So altogether, digital and innovation is a major lever for producing more sustainably, producing cleaner energy. And if you looked at one of the billboards outside there, one of Mike's qualities is the fact that he's innovative. We, as a digital innovation, we want to thank Mike for supporting the entity to push out all of these products to ensure that we're producing cleaner energy in a more sustainable way. And from our desk, Mike, we wish you all the best. Thank you for giving us the charge to be the lighthouse of the company in Africa. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Chisom Ajaro, and they're leading what will become an evening where we, in our very little way, are able to pay tribute to a man who served meritoriously in the last 4 years in Nigeria, Total Energies Nigeria. Again, I'd like to welcome all our very special guests. Thank you for honoring our invitation to celebrate a man who deserves all the celebration. And July must be a very special month for Mr. Mike Sangster, country chair, Total Energies, the T, Total Energies companies in Nigeria. And very importantly, because on the 1st of July, he stepped his foot on the Nigerian soil to lead at the helms of affairs of Total Energies. In doing this, in the last 4 years, he's achievements are indeed remarkable. And as you will hear from different sectors and different individuals tonight, you would have a little glimpse into how much he's affected, not just the organization, but the people he's had the opportunity to lead. Now, Mr. Sangster has had the opportunity to serve Total Energies for 24 years. 4 of those years he spent in Nigeria. He's had the privilege of leading across continents, leading a diverse people. He served on the continent of Asia in Thailand. He's also served in Europe, in the United Kingdom, Aberdeen to be exact. He's also served on the continent of North America, in the United States of America, and of course he's served in Australia. But I believe his most special, most important, and most cherished assignment must be on the continent of Africa, where he served in Nigeria, the giant of Africa. And tonight, 4 years after, we are delighted to say, well done, thank you, Eshe, Dalu. We are grateful to you for how you've served us. And in a very small show of appreciation, we've put together a night which will hopefully make you feel as special as we believe that you are. Now, on your tables for our distinguished guests, you would see a QR code. What we've tried to do tonight is to ensure that everyone's voice is heard in honoring our special guests of honor. And so if you click on that QR code, it will lead you to a link which will give you an opportunity to share 2 words and a few sentences as to your thoughts about Mr. Sangster. We'd like to ask that for all our guests here tonight, you kindly please complete that, as we would show in the course of tonight's celebration some words that some people have described him by. But if you walk through the holding hall this evening, you would see some of the words that the staff members and people who've come in contact with Mr. Sangster over the last 4 years have to say about him. Chisom said a few words already, but permit me to share some adjectives that have been used to describe the man of the moment tonight. And I know that oftentimes a true leader doesn't want to be at the forefront of accolades. But tonight, sir, we say that we're going to shower you with a lot of praise, with a lot of thanks. 4 years crammed into one night, and we'll try our best to express to you just how loved and appreciated you are here in Nigeria and, of course, across the world as well. A few words to describe the man, Mr. Mike Sangster. We have words like legend. We have words that describe him as being people-oriented. You already heard that he's an innovator. He's a visionary leader. We also hear that he's optimistic. It's said that a true leader must be a dealer in hope. And so he's able to carry his team through thick and thin. And Mr. Sangster's had his thick and thin moments in the course of his leadership here in Nigeria. Under his leadership, he had to steer the ship during COVID-19, where a number of organizations struggled. But under his visionary leadership, he was able to ensure that the company ran uninterrupted. And these, amongst many, are some of his many achievements at Total Energies, particularly here in Nigeria. We also have the fact that he's decisive, people-centric. And tonight, when we hear from the number of people who've gathered tonight to celebrate him, you'd have a little glimpse into just how well he's been able to engage and relate with people across sectors and different backgrounds in the oil and gas value chain in Nigeria and Africa. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'd agree with me that we have come to celebrate a man worthy and deserving of honor. So if I could crave your indulgence, can we please give him a round of applause just to kickstart tonight and to tell him thank you very much, Mr. Mike Sangster. You have done excellently well. We are proud of the work you've done, and you will be sorely missed. Thank you very much. Before we proceed, permit me to please acknowledge and recognize some of our special guests. I have quite a long list, so I'll please ask that you sit comfortably. It's about to be a very nice and hopefully enjoyable ride. As I honor and recognize those who've come out tonight, we really thank you very much. In no particular order, permit me to please recognize Mr. Adefolari Adeboye, the DGM LNG Plant and Project. A round of applause, please. We also have with us here Mr. Adeyemi Adetunji, GED Downstream. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'll move very quickly. We have Mr. Ademola Adeyemi Bero, Also here with us tonight, a round of applause please for Mr. Adeyemi Bello. Also joining us this evening, the Consulate General of the United States of America in Nigeria, Honorable William Stephen. A round of applause please for Mr. William Stephen. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We have joining us as well the Group Head Oil and Gas at Zenith Bank, Mr. Mike Anokuru. A round of applause please. We also have with us the GM Production at NLNG, Mr. Namdi Anowi. A round of applause, please, for Mr. Namdi Anowi. We're really thankful for your time this evening. Also joining us here tonight, we have Mr. Kalista Azogu. A round of applause, please, for Mr. Kalista Azogu. Also permit me to recognize the senior leadership team here at Total Energies. Please, let's recognize, I'll keep the first name for later because you'll be hearing me speak about him and a number of people a lot tonight. But please let's make very welcome the incoming Managing Director, Chief Executive, Matthew Buyo. A round of applause, please. The Deputy Managing Director, Deepwater Assets, Mr. Victor Bandele. The Deputy Managing Director, Joint Venture Assets, Guillaume Dulu. The Executive Director, Technical Services, Marc Genito. The Executive Director, Strategy, Business and Asset Management, Mr. Abiodun Afolabi. The Executive Director, Joint Venture Assets, Mr. Obi Memba. The Executive Director, Corporate Services, Mr. Olatunji Akinwumi. The Executive Director, People and Country Services, Mrs. Evie Ifekwe. The Executive Director, Finance and Control, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Fred Asasa. The Country Advisor, New Energies, Mr. Adewale Fayemi. The Executive Director, OPTS, Mr. Gweke Ajaifa. I'd also like to recognize the Executive Director, Human Resources and Corporate Services, Bumi Popola Modi. Also, please permit me to recognize the MD, CEO, Britannia U Nigeria Limited, Mrs. Uju Ifejika. I'd also like to recognize the ED, Executive Director, Intel's Nigeria Limited, Mr. Mike Epele. Please don't get tired with the applause yet. It's a night of celebration after all, so there'll be a lot of applauses tonight. Thank you very much for being so kind and for helping me tonight to truly celebrate our very special guest. I'd like to also recognize the presence of the Group Managing Director, NNPCL, Mr. Mele Kiari. I'd also like to recognize Mr. Crystal Favik. Please permit me to recognize the managing partner at the Nigeria NESG, Mr. Laoyi Jayola. I'd also like to recognize the presence of the representative, GM Corporate and Finance Prime 130, Mr. Akini Odedele. Now, please permit me to recognize some of our partners, our host communities here represented. We are proud of the work that we do with our host communities, and as an organization, we are very particular about sustaining and building relationships in the communities that we work in. So please, let's make very welcome Honorable Member, River State House of Assembly, representing Onelga Constituency 1, Honorable Franklin Uchenna Nwabochi. Also here we have the GM Technical NLNG, Mr. Ekende Ohiweri. And then we have With us, the President General, Egi People's Assembly, Mr. Ugochukwu Orikoha. And finally, for this set of recognitions, I'll be back to recognize a few more people. But for this round of recognitions, please permit me to recognize the Honorable Member, River State House of Assembly, representing Awada West Constituency, Honorable Goodboy Sokari. Thank you very much. Right, just before I wrap up this particular round of acknowledgements, I'd like to recognize the CUIO NUIMS, Mr. Bala Wunti. Thank you so much. Thank you. And distinguished ladies and gentlemen, representing different organizations, bodies, groups in your own personal capacity, can you please celebrate yourselves, and thank you very much for coming out tonight. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you, and thank you. We promise you an evening that's delightful and full of, hopefully, very optimistic and positive comments in a very Nigerian, proudly Nigerian and African way. We are hoping to send forth our special guest of honor in a very loud and boisterous manner. We are proud, and we hope that he'll remember tonight for years to come, and hopefully would sum up the time he's been with us here in Nigeria on the continent of Africa. He looks the part already. We call it Owambe, which means it is happening there. And this is a celebration such as that. And so tonight is going to be truly an Owambe, but with speeches to truly express our hearts and our feelings and thoughts towards our special guest of honor. Please permit me at this point for the welcome remarks. The Deputy Managing Director, Deepwater, Mr. Victor Bandele. Please let's make him very welcome as he comes on stage. May we please have Mr. Victor Bandele for the opening remarks. All right, so whilst Mr. Victor is making his way up on stage, permit me to use the opportunity to recognize some of our guests who are seated in here. We have the GM Planning and Finance Division, CNOC Exploration and Production, Nigeria Limited, Alex Wang. A round of applause, please, for Mr. Alex Wang. And as promised, I'll be back with more recognitions once Mr. Bandele has given us the opening remarks and to welcome us properly to tonight's celebration. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Victor Bandele.
The clap is not enough. All right. Good evening this evening. I really am excited to be here. I'm excited to welcome everyone to this very distinguished event. You know, Mike has earned so many nicknames, and he has earned so many accolades. You know, he has, just this evening, I heard that he's innovative, so we can call him Innovative Mike. We can call him Adorable Mike. We can call him Sustainable Mike. But I need to welcome you to his event. This event has been thought of just 3 weeks between the first conception and now. Mike is special to so many people, and that reflects in the number and the caliber of people that have come for this event. I will specially welcome all the representatives of government that are here, and we have quite a large number of them. The people that have come and had to travel, the people that have come and have had to stay, I say thank you for coming. Mike is a very likable person, and he has won the, what will I say, the confidence of so many people. When I talk to people around the table this evening, everybody has acknowledged how good Mike has been in one way or the other. Rick is here with us. Rick is the MD, CE of Chevron. Rick, could you just say a small wave? And can you please wave for that? Rick is also the chairman of the OPTS. My senator is here on that same table, Senator Wadada. Can you please just salute us a bit? Thank you. And we have my special lady. I was seated just beside her. Yes, she's the French consul here with us. Can you please just give us a wave of the hand? Thank you so much. Now, every one of us that have come, I say welcome to Victoria Island of Lagos. Welcome to Eco Hotel. Welcome to Total Energies event. Our office is just beside. Here, I want you to feel very free. Please call attention of the waiters if there is anything that is missing on your table. This evening, I want everybody to enjoy themselves. We will not make it too speechy, but we will want everybody to have an opportunity to express themselves. So please enjoy the event, enjoy the ambience, and let's make it the greatest night yet for Mike in Lagos today. Thank you so much, and welcome, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Victor Bandele. One more time, please, a round of applause for that welcome remark and coming to officially open up tonight's celebrations. I know that Mr. Bandele has assisted or helped me to recognize some of our very special guests here, but please permit me, as I mentioned, from the first round to recognize some of our other special guests here present. I'd like to recognize the MD, Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas, Dr. Philip Michel Bila. A round of applause, please, for Dr. Philip. Thank you very much for coming. I'd like to recognize the Managing Director, Sinok E&P Nigeria Limited, Lee Chon Sheng. A round of applause, please. Thank you so much. Would like to recognize the CEO, UBA France, Renee Laurent Alciato. A round of applause, please, for her. Thank you so much. The country chair, Shell Namibia, Mr. Adeleye Falade. A round of applause, please, for him. Thank you. Senator Aliu Wadada, thank you again for coming. We're really grateful. Honorable Edison Ehie, Leader, River State House of Assembly, thank you very much for coming. We are grateful. Thank you. We'd also like to thank the Deputy Managing Director, NLNG, Olalekan Ogunleye. Mr. Olalekan Ogunleye, thank you so much for coming tonight. We're really grateful. The Managing Director, SLB West Africa, SOPS Ideria. A round of applause, please. The Vice President, Halliburton, Sanjeev Verma, Halliburton, Nigeria Vice President. Thank you so much for coming. We're really grateful. Thank you. We've honored and recognized Mr. Rick Kennedy, MD Chevron, and very importantly, Chair OPTS, a body that Mr. Sangster also served as well during his time here in Nigeria. We really thank you so much. We'd also like to specially recognize executive directors, managing directors, captains of industry present here tonight. We really thank you so much for coming to spend your evening with us. And having gone through some of our recognitions for tonight, permit me at this point to bring on some light entertainment. If they say music is a food for the soul, then shall we eat? Perhaps our first course tonight in terms of the music from the fantastic, talented, exceptional Musong Choral Group. A round of applause, please, as they come on stage for the very first serving for tonight. very much, Moson Orchestra. A round of applause, please, if you appreciate fine music. And thank you so much, Moson. Just to mention and to emphasize, Mr. Sangster, that you will always be on our minds. You're never far away, irrespective of whichever continent you choose to go next. Okay, so before we move on and I introduce our next video, I'd like to just share and again highlight a few people who I'm hopeful would thank you so much. And just to thank you very much for coming tonight, please permit me to recognize Air Vice Marshal Abubakar Abdullahi, AOC Logistics Command, Nigeria Air Force. A round of applause, please, for Air Vice Marshal. Thank you so much. And may I just thank you for being such a generous audience with your applause. We understand just how important this is, and thank you for making my work that much joyful by agreeing with me with your applause. Thank you very much. I'd like to recognize the GM Finance representing Sir Petro, Mr. Amos Gagar. A round of applause, please, for Mr. Amos Gagar. Also, we have with us the Chairman, Oil and Gas Producing, host Mr. Hobson DK. Mr. Hobson DK. Chairman, Oil and Gas Producing Families, thank you so much for coming. I'd also like to recognize the Honorary Consul of Namibia to Nigeria, Mr. Justin Anosike. A round of applause, please, for Honorable Anosike. Thank you for coming. Also, the Group Head, Oil and Gas Group, Access Bank, Mr. Abiodun Dada. Thank you so much. We're really grateful. Can we please celebrate him with a round of applause? Just to let you know and to assure you that part of the plans for tonight is to get our dancing shoes on. And so the dance floor is not just a decorative apparel. It is fit for purpose to take on some dancing. And so in the course of tonight's celebrations, we will have an opportunity to truly celebrate. And so we ask that you please sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's celebration, particularly as we honor Mrs. Sangster tonight. Next, I'd like us to kindly turn our attention to the screen. A few people have some words for Mr. Mike Sangster, and I'd like you to please share, just as we share with you, what some people think about him. And as I mentioned, please use the QR code on your table so that we're able to hear all the voices here tonight as we celebrate Mr. Sangster.
Bonjour. I would like to express my gratitude and appreciation for Mike's contribution to the company. I would also like to recognize the collective efforts of the One Total Energies company and the accomplishment under his leadership. And I'm confident in his continued success and bright future ahead of the company. Thank you, Mike.
He's been very attentive to the problems, to the issues, and he has always taken the interest of the company, a global company, as his primary objective. His sense of leading, his sense of commitment to everything. And I think we will always remember him for that. Thanks, Mike.
Mike, last 4 years under your leadership were quite exceptional. I believe keeping producing on all fields during COVID was really a fantastic outcome. Mike, still at golf, I believe you can keep improving your exits, mainly bunker, all the rest is perfect.
Hello Mike, it's been great knowing you, but even greater working with you. You know, when you came, you said you wanted people at the center of your leadership. I think in this time you have actually proved it. So as you move on, I say congratulations. I wish you the best, and I'm happy that at least until I retire, we'll continue to work together.
Mike, I wish you the best in your next position, and I am sure that you are going to steer the DGAF the same way you steer the affiliate for the benefit of the company. Thank you.
Mike, I believe, is a proud Scotsman, a man who keeps his promises. However, is a man who doesn't remind you of the promises he's made to you. All the best. And unfortunately, you haven't been able to convince me about Scottish whiskey. I still think Japanese is quite good.
It's M for mover, I for insight, K for kinetic, E for excellence. So I will miss Mike for all of these, and I wish him all the best in his new elevated position.
The past 4 years, you have worked really with your shirt sleeves rolled up. All the very best, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. We're going to miss you, and we wish you and your family greater success as you go along.
I would, on behalf of Legal Services, take this opportunity to thank you for your trust in us and for supporting our positions, and of course for driving us hard.
It's been a great pleasure working with Mike in the last 4 years. Jointly, we have delivered great value to our companies. I've seen the great capacity in Mike to focus on the business of his company, the interests of his company at all times, while bearing in mind the realities of carrying partners along. And he has done a great job doing this. Very often I call him Mike, and when things get a little bad, I call him Michael, but he tries always to get back to answer the Mike name. And I'm happy for him. Leaving Nigeria, not necessarily leaving Nigeria, but leaving this desk for a much higher responsibility in the head office that will be of value also to Africa itself. And we'll continue to work with Mike as he takes the new role, and we'll see great value coming to our country and also to his company. And I really wish him well and his family. Thank you very much.
Hi, Mike. On behalf of all of us in NLNG, I would like to thank you for supporting us both in your capacity as a board member of our company, but also as the head of our most prolific gas supplier. On the board, you consistently provided both support and challenge to the leadership. You added valuable insights and greatly enhanced the quality of our decision-making. We will miss your frank and open contributions as we continue to wade through the challenges and the opportunities that lie ahead of us. As our most consistent and prolific gas supplier, TotalEnergies has proven to be reliable and dependable. Your willingness to explore new opportunities to increase supplies, even when you had already met your commitments, was testament to your vision and belief in the value of partnership. We appreciate the role that you have played in keeping NLNG in business. As you depart Nigeria, we know that you will not be too far away and wish you success in your next role. You can count on us to work closely with your successor on the foundation of the spirit of partnership that you have established. To new beginnings and success for the future. Cheers, Mike.
Hi, Mike. I still remember that we met the first time at the TotalEnergies office. That was 2021. Time flies so fast. When you see this radio, it's time for us to say goodbye to you. As you know, our journey with TotalEnergies has been one of growth, achievement, and partnership. You have played a very critical role in steering Sinop's collaboration with TotalEnergies towards unparalleled success. At this moment, on behalf of the entire Sinop family, I would like to express our sincerest gratitude for your valuable contributions. Your dedication and efforts have left an enduring impact on our operations, success, and culture. We wish you continued success, and may your journey filled with joy, fulfillment, and countless accomplishments.
It gives me great pleasure on behalf of the board, management, staff, and volunteers of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, NESG, to say thank you to Mike for his incredible service, his support, and his active participation in the work of the NESG, not only as a board member, but importantly, as the chairman of the Energy Policy Commission. He was able to rally key stakeholders across various sectors of the economy, oil and gas, trading, and of course the GENCOs, the power companies, to push the work that the energy is doing in terms of energy transition, in terms of gas reforms, even in terms of working on the implementation of the PIA. So for all these and many more, thank you, Mike, for being an ally, and I wish you all the very best in your next chapter. Cheers.
Hey Mike, just wanted to send my best wishes to you as you move on to your new assignment. It's been a real pleasure getting to know you and working with you through OPTS these last few years as we've advocated for the PIB. We've seen it turn into law, and now we've been working hard these last 2 years to operationalize the PIA. I know you'll do well in your new role. Enjoy Paris. We're going to miss you here, but it's, I guess, a little comforting to know that you'll still have an eye on us here in Nigeria in that new role. So take care, Mike. Look forward to our paths crossing again in the future. Cheers, mate.
Hi, Michael. Congratulations on your new job. You're on the move again. But we're happy that at least you'll be nearer home this time.
That's right, yeah.
I'm sure you've had an exciting time in Nigeria, made lots of friends, and I'm sure you'll miss them all. But there always comes a time to move on. So we just wish you all your best for your new job to come. Mum and Dad.
Yeah.
And Dudley.
Hi Mike, huge congratulations on your new job. I'm so happy for you and for all of us that you're going to be a lot closer to home, and obviously I'll be able to join you in Paris. I know you're going to be sad to leave Nigeria, and I'm really sorry that I never got a chance to come back and see everybody. But you'll still have all your memories, and congratulations from me.
Hi Dad, congratulations on your new job. We are so proud of you, and I can't wait to have you closer to home. I know it'll be sad leaving all your friends in Nigeria, but I wish you the best of luck on your move.
Alright Dad, so your time in Nigeria is coming to an end. I'm sure you're excited about moving back over to Paris, but I also reckon that you're a little bit upset because now you're not going to be able to play golf all weekend, every weekend. So you've got to weigh it up, I guess. But in all seriousness, congratulations, and I'm excited to come visit you in Paris.
Hi Dad, wanted to say huge congratulations on your new job. We're all so proud of you, and I absolutely cannot wait to come and visit you in Paris. And I know that you're going to be upset to be missing all the golf in Nigeria, but it will be so much nicer for us to have you closer to home, and I can't wait to see you so soon here at Casamocho. And yeah, congratulations, and I hope you enjoy your last wee while in Lagos with everybody that you work with.
Dudley's message for Mike. Here we go. You ready, Dad? Good boy. What are you saying, darling?
will be sorely missed, Mr. Mike Sangster. And as we send you off tonight, it's beautiful to see that there are many people who are quite excited to have you closer to home, and especially the special rendition. I'm sure some of us know one of the most special moments in that particular video. But very interestingly, you would see it shine through just how people-centric Mr. Sangster is. And what Ms. Ifekwe said with regards to him saying when he took office that he wanted people to actually be at the core of his work. There's an African proverb that goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with people. And that's exactly what Mr. Sangster has done, raising such a phenomenal team and with many achievements and accolades to boot. One more time, please, let's celebrate Mr. Sangster. Okay, so we have one or two people in the hall who would like to say a few words to our special guest of honor tonight. Well, permit me to use the word guest. Tonight you are a guest. We've come here to honor you. I know in usual circles at a Total Energies event you'd be the chief host, but tonight you are a special guest of honor. And so to say a few words to Mr. Sangster this evening, please let's make welcome the GM Finance, Sapetro, Mr. Amos Gaga. Please let's make the applause louder because he's speaking on behalf of a number of us. I'm sure if I took the microphone around the hall, we would all have something to say about Mr. Sangster.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our Executive Vice Chairman, Senator Daisy Danjuma, she expressed her inability to make this meeting. She has asked me to pass this to you, Mike. She notes the following milestone during your tenure. The first one was the extensive work and engagement that you and her and the partners had on the PIB. Quite a lot of underground work, background work, engagements that took place. She really, really appreciates your partnership and cooperation. The PIB turned out to be the PIA that we see today. Quite a lot of work went behind that. She also asked me to mention the massive support that you gave in the renewal of our lease. Our lease that we had early renewal. We have a new lease for another 20 years. The massive support that you provided in engaging with the authorities, she says, I should thank you. Also, we had some issues with our partners, cost disputes that spanned several years. The massive support that you provided in the resolution of those cost disputes, resulting in the settlement and repayment agreement that we have, and also even the new PSC that we've just signed. She says I should express a profound gratitude. And more importantly, says she will miss your fellowship. She will miss your partnership. You will miss your commandership. She says I should tell you all the best in your new assignment. You've left a milestone in Nigeria and will continue to extend that fellowship to your successor. Good evening, Mike. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Amos Gaga from Sapetro. Now, Sapetro is one of the representatives of the PML 234 and PPL 261 partners. And so that's the partnership he was referring to when he was speaking. We have one more person who would like to say a few words, at least for now, to our very special distinguished guest of honor for tonight. And so please permit me to invite on stage the MD Chevron, as well as the Chair OPTS, Mr. Rick Kennedy. A round of applause, please, for Mr. Kennedy as he comes on stage. In the course of his time here as country chair for Total Energies, Mr. Sangster himself served as chair of OPTS.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. And yeah, I thought I'd said everything in my video, but it's a real pleasure to have an opportunity to say a second chapter here. I thought maybe what I'd do is just share very quickly what Mike has meant to me in my role as MD for Chevron and also now as chairman for OPTS. Obviously, I came into my role and served as vice chairman behind Mike for OPTS during our PIB advocacy, that final stretch before it became law. And I learned a lot from Mike and his leadership style, and have adopted that into my own personal leadership style. And then subsequently moving into the OPTS chair role, I've leaned on Mike quite a lot for his guidance and input and direction. So all of you that are Total employees, I think you have had the benefit of serving under a very special leader. I know he's influenced me, and Mike, thank you for that. I appreciate our professional relationship as well as our friendship, and I truly wish you, on behalf of all of the employees in Chevron and really the entire industry, all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy. One more time, a round of applause, please, as he takes his seat. A phrase that's come up, whether on the video or in person for everyone who's spoken about Mr. Sangster tonight, is thank you. And I thought it'd be special, just before we break for dinner, to have everyone here have an opportunity to say to Mr. Mike Sangster, thank you, but in different languages, especially whichever one you're familiar with. Is that okay? Can we do that? So if yours is Eshe, which is the Yoruba language, it's okay. If it's Daluso, which is in the Igbo language, if it's Merci beaucoup in French, if it's thank you in English, whatever language you represent here tonight, on the count of 3, can we say thank you, Mike, in your language? 1, 2, 3. A round of applause. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you so much. Brilliant. And I'm sure at this point we've worked up an appetite. So we will be breaking for dinner, and I'll just explain how the protocol for dinner will go. Whilst dinner is going on, I'm delighted to say that we have some brilliant entertainment. Unique Band is on the stand tonight, as well as a dance performance as we enjoy our presentations or perhaps our food tonight. Just to mention, for the tables in front, your service point is to my left, which is to your right, whilst for other tables, you have different service points in different parts of the hall. Also, just to mention that we have an usher assigned to each table. So may we ask that you kindly remain seated, and when it's your table's turn to go for dinner, then your usher will lead you to go for dinner. We'll start with, of course, our guest of honor's table, Mr. Sangster's table, as they go for dinner, whilst we enjoy some great music by Unique Band. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy dinner.
So Ayakata. Zaga. Obashem. Ayakata. Aisa. Listen. Shake me. Somebody was why I want for you, my girl. Now you want to there with my lover. And all the little good things you do, they make me know, yeah. This is something taking it all to me for sure. So let me go closer. Oh, look at you, closer. Let me get you closer. I feel like making you closer. Yeah, closer. Oh, look at you, closer. I feel like making you closer. I feel like making you closer. Be not just like now, too, but you make man see how. And me and all just don't see that, no, like me are. Like me are. See me, I want you to know, see me, people, even sure. See ya. You got it right, see that me, I want to see ya. Shut me. Zaga does. You already know what. Okay, okay, come on.
I cannot wait to see you. You're the treasure I've been waiting for. No, you know. I must certainly need you. I pray for the day when I can finally kiss you. You don't say every day I pray for you. There's a permanent place for you. With us on my heart, baby, like I just wanna be with you, like I sing for you, wanna be like baby, now you are gonna dream for. Oh, tell me see, I may not keep the word to you, but I give you what
every day I pray for you. There's a permanent place for you. With us on my heart, till be like just tell me, I will tell you, baby. I was thinking it on that channel. Yes, girl. But I think I got even more. Oh, what am I looking for? See, my God is a blessing, yo. Oh, but baby, you know that you go love me. I do go. baby. and I end my fear. I'm sure of pleasing, girl. Ooh, baby,
Can I get you home with me tonight?
Ooh, baby,
Can I get you home with me tonight?
oh yeah. You know what time it is? Okay, okay. Come on. Hey. Let's go. What's good? And I believe the first night when I see you. One, big. I ain't seen my life star, got she's in the top of no. So many people they answer with every man's top of no. I mean, I stand in the bed, the light just have no more. Hey, I just said we want everything to you. No matter the girl, give up on you. Just we fall in love, then it's shut up. We go to breakfast, and not come. When you sing Rebo and Rockers, I'm not faking this, no focus. You see the feelings, and not as we 1, 2, okay.
If I run my business, I'ma show you go bright on. All I get for the night, so happiness. If I run my business, I'ma show you go bright on. All I get for the night, so
If I broke down your business,
I'ma show you go bright on. All I get for the night, so.
Thank you, Unique Band. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Lillian Iyere Dance Group.
He's going on. And I think my communication with Mike is very clear. When he says, Simbi, this is the direction we are going to do, I take that very seriously, and that has manifested in so many things that he has done in country. So we will indeed miss you, Mike, but I'm ambassador of Nigeria. Irrespective of what you hear, irrespective
of energy, both for Nigeria, for Africa, and for our company. So Mike has led us through different difficult stages. So that's why I call him a great leader. I was very intentional about that because leadership is navigating through uncertainty and through difficult moments. So, and I will also remember that Mike has taken us, not just, Simbi mentioned about, the delivery of Regina and the Kike. Yes, those were started before he came, but he's somebody that helped to finish. But I will also say that during his tenure, we have been able to also, start, do better project feed. We have also been able to start the Prowary project. We have made a discovery at Intokon, and we have, stabilized our production, both offshore and onshore. So we have made a lot of, I would say, great achievements, great steps towards the future. So we can say that Mike is leaving us better than he met us. We have a more guaranteed future. At least he has made deposits into the future that can make us be at peace today. So if I would now wish Mike, okay, I wanted to also mention that Mike has built a lot of bridges. We just saw bridges and the friendships he has built, even across the host communities. He's built bridges across the industry, and he's built bridges, within all the sectors of the country. So we are thankful for that. So we now are happy that Mike is leaving, not just leaving us, but he's going to be, I keep saying he's not going to be our chief advocate. He's going to be, in Paris, and he's going on a promotion. So we are happy and we are celebrating with him. So this toast we are going to make is a toast to celebrate not just 4 years of great achievements, but also, a journey, an adventure into a higher, calling, as we say it here in Nigeria. So we're going to be celebrating and be toasting to, better and the, greater calling for Mike. And we're going to be wishing him good speed, success, wisdom, and strength to be able to succeed in this new role also. And Mike, we are wishing you, fulfillment in this new assignment. We are wishing you, all the things that you will want to, that you achieve all the things you want to achieve. And we want to also wish that that as you go into this place, it's not just an end in itself, but it's going to be a stepping stone for you to other greater things that you want in life. So I would like to crave your injunctions now to please rise on your feet. Please fill your glasses with me. If you have a glass, please fill it. And if you raise your glasses, so here is to great 4 years of leadership. Here is to great and outstanding achievements over the last 4 years. And here is to success in his new assignments and greater success in every other thing and in the future, after the next future, that Mike will be able to experience and enjoy all the things that he wants to enjoy, and his heart desires will be fulfilled. Cheers.
Okay. Yeah.
Cheers to the man of the moment, Mr. Mike Sangster, the outgoing country chair for Total Energies companies in Nigeria. A man truly worthy of celebration, a man worthy of honor, who has served Total Energies globally as well as Total Energies in Nigeria excellently. And so we stand up for a man many would regard as a champion in this cause and whom we have given honorary ambassador from Nigeria to the rest of the world, representing this giant of Africa. Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. You may please take your seats as we would like at this point to hear from the man himself. As we get ready and we take our seats, I'd like to ask for the projection of the words that have been said about Mr. Sangster. Could we have that on screen, please? Earlier on, we'd ask people, our special guests, distinguished guests, to kindly complete and using the QR code, share their thoughts, good wishes, thoughts about Mr. Sangster, and projected on screen are some of the wishes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, who's your guy? Now only me while I see us we gonna be sunrise. I will never leave your side. I will never ever. I dedicate my time to you, my God. Even if the road is rough, I don't mind. 'Cause you be my G for life. Okay.
I never see you online. What do you mean they give it concern? I've been rocking on yourself.
But it don't be said,
I'm hoping you okay. We got to
party tonight. It's easy for mine. Me or you be like that, not my guy. Don't just see my guy. Go be Zaza, go transfer yourself. Be my guy. My soul is my guy, my guy. And I'm feeling good tonight. I'm feeling good tonight. 'Cause I did here with my guy. 'Cause I did here with my guys. I have plenty for my mind. But right now I'm with my guys. I love the day they got my mind. But you don't see my formation. I'm a lucky combination. 100 coordination. All of my guys are wallet. My tendency far away. I thank God for my real deal. Good friends, everybody. Okay.
Thank you very much, Unique Thank you very much, Unique Man. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there will be more time for festivities, pictures, and making memories. However, it's important for us to hear a response from the man of the moment, Mr. Sangster. So could we kindly ask that you kindly take your seats so that we can listen to the response of the outgoing country chair, Total Energies, companies in Nigeria. May we please ask that we kindly take our seats as we prepare to listen to a response from the star of tonight, the man whom we've gathered here to honor, a legend indeed. Now, just before I invite Mr. Sangster on stage, if you turn your attention, I'd mentioned earlier on that we had asked for our guests to please share with us some of their thoughts and wishes for Mr. Sangster. And on your screen, you can see some of the thoughts highlighted just to express how much we'll miss him and how much impact he's had. And so as I bring him up on stage, if I can have some people release him, I'd like to invite Mr. Sangster on stage at this point. However, Mr. Sangster has spent 4 years in Nigeria. And I'm sure you'd agree with me that the beautiful culture of this great nation is very addictive and attractive. And so beyond the fashion, which we hope he's going to take along with him to Paris, you look fantastic in your, in your outfit. May we ask that you come up on stage with a dance? Very popular one, just one. And we're going to ask some of his well-wishers to join him on the dance floor. There's a song that went popular called Buga. And what Buga means is to raise your shoulder because you have done well. So when you've done well, sometimes you have to give yourself some praise. So I'll ask the band to just play for a few minutes. And just as I invite Mr. Sangster on stage and I invite the other gentlemen and ladies on the table to join him, I'd like him to Buga for a few seconds, and then he comes on stage for his response. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the man of the moment, the country chair, Total Energies companies in Nigeria, Mr. Mike Sangster, with the Buga. Mr. Mike Sangster.
Oh, wow. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to follow all that, honestly, this evening. I mean, it's just been completely off the charts. Everything that's been said and done, I mean, tonight, I mean, I'm just completely overwhelmed. I think I'd like to open my speech by saying something I'm not going to say for quite a long time. So please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. That was one of the first tricks I learned in Nigeria when you're at a conference. It kind of makes your life a bit easier when you've just arrived and you're struggling with all the titles and names. So it's a very good thing for Matthew, I think, to learn. So, I mean, what can I say? I've had 4 fantastic years in Nigeria, and it's coming to an end. I'm going to move back to Paris, you know, where I last lived in 2007. But I think I will be able to come back to Nigeria from time to time. You know, it's been an absolutely unique experience for me. It's such an interesting country, you know, such a complex country. There's so much to learn. There's so much to do. I mean, honestly, I've met and worked with so many outstanding people, and you know, we often say in the industry that Nigeria is blessed with, you know, a lot of natural resources, but I think it's also blessed with some really good human resources as well. I think it's really part of the strength of the country. And I've said in a few of the speeches I've given over the past few days that, I mean, what really impresses me is this kind of can-do attitude. I mean, Nigerians are just so resilient and so positive, and are always looking for a solution, no matter how difficult things have been. So again, I mean, I've heard some amazing things that have been said over the past, you know, hour or so. I mean, I'm not going to go over what happened in my time in Nigeria. I think it's been covered very well by some other people. I really just want to thank a few people tonight when I get this opportunity to be up here. So certainly all the colleagues at NNPC, and I was very pleased to see a message from the GCO, Mele Chiari, who's become a good friend as well, because we both arrived in our position at the same time and have really worked closely together. And also, of course, Simbi Babote, the ES at the NCDMB. I agree with everything he says, apart from the golf. He's a bit of a bandit at golf, you know, so don't believe everything he says about golf. And you called me English. I will never, ever forgive you for that. Never. And I think all of our partners, I mean, in all of our licenses, I mean, obviously NNPC, Sapetro, CNOOC, Prime, Shell, Exxon, Chevron, Nigeria LNG. I mean, I think it's been a fantastic place to work. There's been so many challenges to overcome, but everyone has really pulled together to make it work. And I think a special thank as well to Rick at OPTS. I mean, it's, you know, we've worked closely together over the past few years. And I know Osagi's not here tonight, but I mean, I've seen him a couple of times in the last week, and I want to really call out Osagi as well, the country chair of Shell, who's been a real leader in the industry over the past few years. So, to some extent, I feel like I'm leaving Nigeria at the wrong time. You know, we've had a couple of successes in the company with the extension of OML 130. We've made a discovery. We've got a new government in place that seems to be, you know, looking to try and really stimulate investment in the country. So I feel quite excited about the future. So I'm sure, you know, it's going to be a good time for Matthew to lead the affiliate, and I'm sure he'll lead us on to bigger and better things. I'd like to welcome Matthew and his family to Nigeria. I know you're going to have a fantastic experience, the same as I've had over the past few years. And I think, you know, I mean, it was quite amazing to see my family on the screen as well. You know, that's kind of really touching just to see the way that people prepare these things. So thanks very much for doing that. And I really want to just mention a few people in the room. I don't know, Chinello, where's Chinello? I can't see her. Where is she? Yeah. So for looking after me for the past 4 years, you know, I mean, she'll always go above and beyond, do anything that you want, and she tells me what I need before I realize I need it. You know, she's absolutely excellent. And I think my steward, Augustine, are you here? I can't see him. Is he still here? Yeah, okay. So thanks so much for looking after me over the past 4 years as well at home, and also Peace and Michael as well. It's been absolutely fantastic. And then also I want to say a few words to Musa, who's kept me safe for 4 years. I mean, it's you know, I couldn't have done it without you. You know, and I want to bring you guys all to Paris to look after me in Paris, because I'm not going to survive without you all. And also Audu, is Audu around? I can't see because of the light. I mean, Audu's my driver. He's been the best driver in Lagos, and he's got so much patience, because driving me back from Lackaway on a Sunday afternoon, you need to be very, very patient. I mean, it takes 2-3 hours to get back to Ikoyi, so thanks very much for that. So anyway, I think finally I just want to say a few words about all the people in the company. I think all of our senior leadership team are here today. I'd like you guys all to stand up and take a bow for everything that you've done for me over the past 4 years. And in fact, all the Total Energies employees, please stand up and take a bow, and the retirees as well, because it's been a fantastic team and a fantastic experience. So I can't thank you all enough. Everything that's been said tonight about what's happened has just been one huge team effort. So I really want to share it with you and just thank you all for what you've done for me. So I mean, as has been said, I'm moving to Paris now. So I'm lucky enough I'm going to be taking over the Africa division within the company. So I'm really excited about that. It means that although I'm leaving Nigeria, I can still keep one foot in Nigeria. I can come back and visit. But we've got some fantastic projects as well in countries like Mozambique, and in Uganda, in Angola, and potentially in places like Namibia. So it's going to be a great experience. As I say, it's been a fantastic journey. I mean, I've enjoyed every minute of it. I can't say that sometimes it hasn't been stressful. It's been difficult sometimes, especially during the COVID period. But it's something that I'll always remember and never forget. And I think I said the other night that when I first arrived in Nigeria, somebody said to me that you can leave Nigeria, but Nigeria will never leave you. And it's only when you're leaving you actually realize what that means. So thanks very much, everybody. Thanks for coming tonight. It's been a super evening. I've enjoyed it so much. Thank you all for your attention and for your indulgence. Thank you so much. So I've got one last job to do as the MD of Total Energies in Nigeria, and that's to introduce my successor, Mr. Matthew Bouye. So Matthew is currently the MD of our affiliate in Qatar, which has been a really important part of the company for many years, but especially over the past few years when we've grown significantly our LNG business, and obviously with what's been happening in the global markets, LNG has become more and more important for the industry. Come up, Matthew. I mean, Matthew and I actually worked together for a couple of years in London, so I know Matthew very well. I mean, he's a very smart young man. He's very motivated. He's very driven, but somebody that's really easy to get on with. So we had some good times. We're working in investor relations in London, which is quite a stressful job as well, because you're very close to the top of the company in very short deadlines. So I know that he's somebody that copes really well with stress, and somebody that will work hard but also play hard. So I'm sure you're going to keep the spirit going within the company. So I really want to welcome yourself and your wife Helene and all your family to Nigeria. I wish you all the success. You can bring us on to bigger and better things over the coming years. And I say I look forward to coming back and visiting you from time to time. So Matthew, all the best, and time to pass le relais, as they say in French. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Mike, for the nice introduction. I mean, the evening was already quite impressive, and the whole week after that I spent in Nigeria, I was about to say Qatar, but in Nigeria this week. I mean, frankly, this type of party, of evening, I think it's a party, are really unique. And over my, I spent a quarter of my life in Africa, in different countries. But I think I've never seen so much energy, so much diversity, so much warm people welcoming and sending off a remarkable, of course, MD of Total Energy. But it's really a culture and a welcome that is marking, and that is really impressive, including those flashing lights when you come on the scene. So yeah, I'm very happy to be here. It's a big challenge for me, for Total Energies, for me, of course, and especially coming after Mike. I mean, we saw all the good work that all of you had said to Mike, and as he said, we spent 3 years together in the investor relation. It was a challenging environment, And when I arrived in Comfy, the first person I saw was Mike in the 36th floor of the Couple Tower, and he told me, you know, this job is very challenging because you will see the big guy every other week, and he's quite demanding. And when I came to Nigeria, before I came, he told me it's very challenging because you know, this country is important for Total Energy. I mean, this is a giant of Africa, as it was mentioned before, and a giant of Total Energies as well. So we need to take good care of it for Total, but for the people of Nigeria and for Nigeria, for the state of Nigeria. So I take the challenge, Mike. I will try to be in your steps and to do as good as you did. I mean, you were maybe the finisher when you were in Nigeria, but it can still be the finisher from Africa, you know, as well. And I count on him to be the finisher, because if he's the finisher, we're going to be the finisher here as well. And I could be the launcher of Preowei, and he will be eventually the finisher of Preowei. So that's something I'm counting on as well. So I'm coming with my family here. I've got 3 kids, 1 boy and 2 girls, and my wife. They will all come with me end of August, and we are very happy. We lived sometimes ago in another country, in Gabon, and it was an amazing experience. My kids were very small. So as I said, I spent some time in Africa, and it's important for me to come with my family because I want to transmit this part of me, of what is making what I am today, which is to live and to experience this unique continent that I cherish so much, which is Africa, and Nigeria being the giant of them. So I'm very happy to be here. You can count on me for my dedication, for my hard work, to proactively try to make things moving. You can count on me to talk openly and to try to find the best solution for all parties, so that we all together bring this energy industry in the right direction. So thank you for your welcome. Thank you, Mike, for your kind words. Good luck for the future. I'm sure you will thrive, not only in Nigeria, but in Nigeria also. And I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew Buyo, for that speech. We are delighted to welcome you to Nigeria, and irrespective of how many countries you've been to on the African continent, we can tell you for free that the Nigerian jollof is the best anywhere in the world. We'd also let you know that we are the most exuberant. We've been known to be the happiest people in the world. Our diligence and resilience next to none. Whatever you do, make sure you taste African cuisine from different parts of Nigeria. In the Yoruba land in the south, make sure you have some amala, or we call abula. Wherever you see it, you have to have a taste of that. When you go to the east, make sure you have some ofe aku. And when you go to the south, don't leave without having banga and starch. And then, of course, when you go to the north, you must drink some kunu. Explore Nigeria as you work. As Mr. Sangster has said, that you will enjoy not just work but play as well. We're delighted to have you, and we say bienvenue and welcome to the giant of Africa. And so, we have publicly witnessed the handover and just a great introduction to the man who will be leading the affairs here in Nigeria. And as we've said a lot of times in the course of tonight's celebrations, Mr. Sangster will be sorely missed. And before we give the vote of thanks and then open the dance floor, so please do not be in a hurry to leave, we'd like to share a song which is a prayer. And I'm sure in your 4 years in Nigeria, you would know that we are a very religious and spiritual people. And so in our very own way, we also usher you into your next adventure, your next work, and your next impact with these words. I go always pray for you. Originally written by Nosa, and the words carry what we hope for you on your next adventure. Unique band.
grace of Jesus see you through. I will always pray for you. Don't show me meet again, and when we meet again, none of us will get in shame. But not from glory to glory, in Jesus' name. I will always pray for you. And even if I'm far from you, you go always in my heart. It's not true, not true. They gonna let you know, say, whatever you do, I will always pray for you. We will surely meet again. When we'll meet again, none of us will get in shame. But now from glory to glory, in Jesus' name, I will surely pray for you. Hey. And even if I fall for you, you go always in my heart. It's not true, not true. I'm gonna let you know, say, whatever I do, I will always pray for you. And even if I fall for you, you always in my heart. It's not true, not true. I just wanna let you know, say, whatever I do, pray for you.
Indeed, Mr. Sangster, you'll never be far away. And this promise, on behalf of Total Energy's staff, members and partners, friends of the family, is that we will always pray for you, that your path will continue to shine brighter and you continue to excel in every role that you take. At this point, it's time for us to take the vote of thanks for this evening. We're delighted to hear that our guest of honor has enjoyed himself and he's felt truly celebrated, because that's the spirit of tonight. We really wanted you to feel a little bit of our appreciation to you over the last 4 years. And to give us the vote of thanks for tonight, I'd like to invite on stage the Executive Director, People and Country Services, Mrs. Evie Ifekwe. Obviously well liked. Please let's make the applause loud and keep it going until she gets on stage. Thank you, Mrs. Ifekwe. Don't forget, please don't be in a hurry to leave. The dance floor will be officially open once we have the vote of thanks done.
Thank you. It's been a great evening. So first of all, I would like to thank Mike Sangster for allowing us to show how we appreciate people in Nigeria, our special guest of honor. And we really appreciate all our business partners and associates and our invitees who have come to share this evening with us and with Mike. Thank you so much. It's not really easy to take out time during the week to be here. So it's really meant a lot that you've been here with us. Thanks to our partners from the communities that have always supported our business in Nigeria, and you are here today. Thank you so much. Let's give them a round of applause. And we'd like to thank the senior leadership of Total Energies in Nigeria, as well as all our colleagues, Total Energies family. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you so much. You know, our solidarity forever has kept us together like this, so thank you. And that's why today we can, you know, really celebrate Mike, because as a team, we have stood together for one another. So thank you so much. I'd like to thank all the team that has put this event together today. And it's really been some work the last week. And over again, we've tried to put a smile on Mike's face and to give him memories to take away with him. Thank you so much, Adeswa and the team, for all your hard work, and all the teams that have supported us, the musicians. Thank you, Ayo. Thank you, everybody. So for a great evening, before we open the dance floor, everyone who has been here and has been here till this time, I don't want to forget Mike's golf buddies. The work in Nigeria is not easy, but he managed to relax with golf. Thank you so much, all his golf buddies, for making his 4 years here memorable. At least he's going to miss golf. The family said so. So thank you so much. And do have a great evening, because for us, it's just starting.
Thank you very much. And you heard it from Mrs. Ifekwe that the party has only just started. And this is where you say cue music. We only got started, starting something by Michael Jackson. I hope you brought your dancing shoes tonight, because we do not want you to leave here this evening without at least dancing with Mr. Sangster. I'm sure he'd love to dance with as many people as possible. And cue music, I want to dance with somebody by Whitney Houston as well. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's been such an honor serving as your host for tonight's celebration in honor of a man truly worthy of celebration. My name is Ayo Myra Esse. The party has just gotten started, so please hit the dance floor and enjoy a beautiful evening. God bless you.
Thank you.